Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, January 6th, 2023. And we have a lot to discuss. We're still waiting on the Google Helpful Content update and the link spam update of December 2022 to finish. It's been several weeks now, way over its deadline, and Google still said it's rolling out, and the search results have still been pretty volatile. We'll talk a little bit more about why these algorithm updates that Google gives us, the dates, the start and end dates, are kind of abstract. We'll talk about Bing adding ChatGPT from OpenAI to their search results in the future. And we'll talk about a little bit about Google giving an SEO a black eye a little bit, and so much more. So definitely stay tuned. And of course, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Bruce Clay. Bruce Clay is one of the founding fathers of the SEO space, doing search marketing since 1996. Bruce Clay is also big into SEO training. Check them out at seotraining.com, and you can learn more there. And also check out Bruce Clay at bruceclay.com. Thanks again to Bruce for sponsoring. Okay, so I posted the January 2023 Google Webmaster report. So basically, if you are on vacation at all for the past 30 days, you definitely want to go ahead and check it out. It covers the most significant things that happened with Google and SEO related stuff over the past month. Obviously, we had the Google Helpful Content update, the December link spam update from Google, the added E to EAT, some search name features, continuous scroll, dynamic topic features, refinements, search and video. Google's testing out content ideas in Search Console, the Question Hub going away, the new status dashboard, Web Light, Duplex, and so much more. So there's a lot to talk about in the past month. I recapped it all on January 2nd in the Google Webmaster report for January 2023. So like I said, Google said again, the Google Helpful Content update and the Google Link Spam update of December 2023 are still rolling out. John Mueller said the other day that it's still ongoing. As I checked this morning at around 6 a.m. on Friday, January 6th, both the updates have not yet fully been complete. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely still ongoing, still running. So keep your hats on, and hopefully this will happen soon. I suspected it would have been done this week, but the week's not over yet. So maybe later today will be finished. Who knows? Also, we've been seeing a lot of fluctuations and volatility on January 3rd and January 4th. The tools all lit up even on January 5th yesterday. So it's pretty volatile, the Google search results. And Danny Sullivan actually confirmed on Mastodon saying basically, hey, yeah, this is basically the ongoing Google updates. He said both the updates continued to roll out. Normally, these types of updates would have been included by now, but rollouts can slow or pause when we get into the holiday periods. So it seems like Google had to pause or slow down that rollout as the Google engineers went off on holiday. Now they're back, so they scaled it back up. And we saw volatility and a lot of fluctuations in the Google search results because of that. So that's pretty interesting. Moving on, we asked Google why can't they get their dates right? They said 2 weeks. Why is it not 2 weeks? And also, Google has often said the updates have finished on a specific date, but there may be other fluctuations afterward because of a slower rollout or progress or something like that. One specific example was Google just updated the Google Updates page. I noticed that on the March 2022 product reviews update, there was no end date. So I submitted feedback telling Google, hey, put an end date there. I thought the end date, according to Alan Kent, was on April 11th, 2022, but Google updated that page to say the update was on April 6th, like almost a week earlier than what Google actually posted on the thing, which Google actually told us. So Google told us the March product reviews update was done April 11th originally, back in April. Said it was done on April 11th, but then Google said just this week that it was done on April 6th. So I asked, why is Google giving us two different dates? And John Mueller basically said, it's hard picking a date for some of these, especially afterwards. For many, not all updates, the update rolls out. It takes a while to be visible, which is when we call it start. And then it takes a while to be for it to be in most queries, URLs, data centers. He said there's no binary border for start and stop dates. It's more about when it starts to be visible and mostly settled down. So as he basically said, it's a bit like timing when bread rises when you bake it. So basically, is it done? It depends on how done you want it to be. And then Alan Kent said later on, when I checked on April 11th, it was done, but it was actually done earlier. Done is a gray definition as systems roll out across multiple data centers and the process backlogs at different rates. So it's really, do we say it's 99.9% done or 99.99% done? Again, that's why dates may be a little bit abstract when it comes to Google updates. Big news this week was that Microsoft Bing is reportedly going to be rolling out integration with OpenAI's ChatGPT, the cool AI feature that will basically write reports for you, answer questions for you, write your spouse a poem, whatever it might be. It does it all. And Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI, and with that, supposedly, Bing is actually going to integrate ChatGPT into their search results. We're not sure exactly how, but Bing already has a chatbot. They launched that, I think, a couple of years ago. So we'll see what happens with that. It'll be very interesting to see how they integrate that. Everybody's saying code red with Google. They should be launching this. Not sure how much of a code red it is. I'm not thinking it's a huge code red, but we will see. On the ChatGPT realm and AI, John Mueller was asked how we use it to build our title tags. And John Mueller basically said, making great title tags. Basically said, I don't know if AI is the right approach to making title tags and descriptions, but if you're running out of ideas, especially if you see pages showing up in search for the wrong terms, it's a good way to get inspiration or to try out new things. I would strongly discourage blindly following it, though. You know your audience better than any tool. So basically, use it for ideas, don't let it write everything, and so forth. Google Search has released a research paper, which was covered by Roger Martini Buster, which is a great find. And basically, he said it kind of shows you what the helpful content update is all about. And he does a great recap of how this research paper, which is called Generative Models Are Unsupervised Predictors of Page Quality. And there's one little section in there that was highlighted by Pedro Diaz, a former Googler from the search quality team, who basically goes over qualitative analysis and basically says attempts at SEO, search engine optimization, documents that attempt to perform SEO tend to be flagged as very low quality. This is intuitive since these texts tend to simply string a series of keywords together and therefore incoherent. Furthermore, we found a moderate number of product pages and professional profiles that attempt to perform some form of SEO. We observed that the media-centric domains, such as image hosting domains, often contain incomprehensible embedded text, possibly for SEO. Basically saying SEO stinks. Again, there's a lot of debate about this, but I wanted to highlight it because it's been pretty trendy and chatty in the SEO community, so I thought I'd highlight that. Google has, over the years, many, many times said that SEO rocks, SEO is important, but I assume not all Googlers think the same way about how SEO and what SEOs do. Google's URL inspection tool, the referring page aspect of that field in there, can show links that are no followed. So basically, Google's saying, we found this page from this referring page. And Google's saying, we found it sometimes from a no follow page. Now, we know that Google changed the no follow attribute to be a hint, not a directive. So Google can follow those links, can count those links in any way they want. They haven't really said that. They haven't really said what they're doing with that. They just changed their policy. We covered the back and forth with Google about, is this no follows a directive or a hint? They said it's a hint, but did they ever change the algorithm to do anything with that? That I had a little question about. And then I asked John about why is Google showing a Twitter URL, which is no followed, in the referring pages. It's not just Twitter. A lot of no follow links are showed there. And John Mueller said, first off, I suspect folks are once again too focused on links. And then he added, I don't think it's impossible, but I expect it to be rare. Search Console lists links even if they're no follow. Even when the link value is 0, it could happen that we know a page from a source, but only crawl and index it when we know more about the page. The theoretically first mention is there, even if it's irrelevant, and it's not the reason why the page is indexed. So basically, Google's saying, it's no followed, we're not going to index it because there's a no follow there, but we know it's there, and if we find it there first, we will cite that as the first URL that we found it from. Again, it's super interesting. I wish Google would clarify how they treat no follows in the search results, how they treat it for discovery, how they treat it for ranking, for link purposes, for page rank. It'd be very interesting to hear. Google has dropped the 110 character requirement for the headline property in the article structure data. It used to say the title of the article, consider the value should not exceed 110 characters. Now it says consider using a concise title as long as it may be truncated on some devices. Keep that in mind. So go concise, but there is no specific character limit. Google Search Console sent out a survey this week. Glenn Gay covered it and basically said a bunch of features that Google might add to Google Search Console. And there's a whole list of stuff that he was asked. There was basically a 10-minute survey. So it's really interesting to see. Hopefully you guys seen it. And basically it probably hints at what's going to come in the future with Google Search Console. This has been ongoing for a long time, several months. Joy Hawkins and a bunch of local SEOs noticed this, where Google Search Console may not be tracking all clicks and impressions from the local pack. The local pack is the basically map result in Google Search. And Google should be tracking clicks and impressions from that, because if it shows up the Google Search results page, Google Search Console should be showing it. But Joy Hawkins and a bunch of local SEOs pointed out how GA, Google Business Profiles, Performance Insights, and Search Console are not really jiving in a big way. So the question is why? And really, Google hasn't responded. This has been going on for several months, and the question has been asked for several months, and Google has not responded to that. So the question is why? Talking about local, Joy Hawkins also released a survey or study, a study she did, which basically says photos on reviews actually go ahead and result in the review lasting longer in the search results. So if you have photos or reviews, you should encourage your reviewers to leave photos or reviews, because it will last longer if they're positive. Also, Google Ads has released an update to recommendations types. Specifically, the remove redundant keywords recommendation has been updated and it's expanding to work across multiple batch types. Google calls this an improvement. A lot of SEO, local Google Ads, a lot of Google Ads advertisers say this is not an improvement. It's basically a way for Google to push you into broad batch across all boards. And basically, Google will say, if you have your keywords, these keywords in other batch types now, Google will say remove it from those batch types because it's already in broad batch. Of course, you could opt out of this, so just keep that in mind, but you should definitely be aware of this. There's a lot of buzz about this in the Google Ads community. Google is testing launched a new feature called Popular Next Steps. Basically, it's a search refinement, which basically said after you do this search query, most people then do this search query. This is spotted by Brian Fitzgerald and also by Kushal, so nice spot. And then John Mueller, again, at it on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, helping SEOs on New Year's, which is also on the weekend. So John Mueller, again, out there helping people. He did it on Christmas. He's been doing this for the past 15 plus years now. So thank you, John, for everything you do to help the SEO community. Obviously, you're not getting paid to do this on weekends or on holidays, so we appreciate it. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. A little bit congested, so I apologize for my voice. If you like this video and you subscribe, like the video, comment, I really appreciate all that. And tell your friends to subscribe, and also check out our email newsletter. Again, thanks to Bruce Clay. Check them out at SEOtraining.com and bruceclay.com. Everyone have a great, safe, healthy, peaceful weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Goodbye.